Gear.Club Unlimited. It's a stupid name. Gear.Club Unlimited is a semi-realistic arcadey racing game for the Nintendo Switch. Originally, Gear.Club, missing the unlimited suffix, was a racing game for iOS and Android, and free to play at that. In spending £30 to £40 to purchase it, depending on where you go, Gear.Club Unlimited drops the microtransactions of its free-to-play sibling, and as far as I know, doesn't add anything else other than kind of a slightly choppy frame rate at times, mixed presentation, and that's it. I think one of the biggest issues with this game is it is so obviously a port of a mobile title, and that doesn't have to be a bad thing. Okay, lots of games in the past, for instance Badlands, or Badland is it? I'm not sure if it's singular or plural. It was a decent game on touchscreens, it made sense, and when it was ported as the Game of the Year edition to the Xbox One, to the PS4, to the Vita even, I think, it felt just as good. Okay, not using the touchscreen didn't matter, the bite-sized levels still made sense, it was still compellingly difficult, it was a fun game. But something like this, Gear.Club Unlimited, it has a lot of the worst trappings of the free-to-play genre, in that it's originally, of course, built around in-app purchases, it's built around microtransactions and wanting to make you spend money. And by stripping that out, the whole economy of the game seems odd. Having to complete daily missions seems odd. Having to build up your garage and level up individual pieces that will, you know, the paint station in your garage, the bit that will fix your tyres, everything has its own level. After a few hours, you're looking at it thinking, I don't know why I'm putting money into levelling up like a swing bin and a vending machine and a little, you know, a little bench in the corner of my tool workshop. It's dumb. On top of that, the way the game is structured, each kind of mission or each race, at least at the beginning stages of the game, are so short that you never get into actually taking anything out the handling model. You never enjoy driving that much because a time trial or a small race is done in 30-40 seconds. Now, a lot of this, I think, again, will come from this structure that because on mobile, as the difficulty is obviously artificially ramped up, wanting you to spend more money to upgrade more pieces of your vehicles, etc., they want something to be hard but not annoyingly long. No one wants to spend 15 minutes, then lose all the progress and get nothing. So the idea that you could fail a 45-second race and then fix it later is probably nowhere near as frustrating. But by putting this into a full price retail game and moving it onto a proper platform, you have this issue where you don't have the same risk and reward, you don't have the same kind of sense of progression, and you just want to actually race a little bit. You want to take a bit more from it, and that is unfortunately missing. The racing itself, when you get into kind of a standard race, again, whether that's a time trial, whether that's kind of a point-to-point race, whether it's a lap race, whatever, when you're in that kind of scenario, feels okay. The handling is not quite right, and very similar to when I was talking about Poi for the Switch also, it doesn't follow its inspirations in the right places. You know, it might be shameless that it's trying to sort of appeal to the Forza Horizon crowd, the Drive Club crowd, but at the same time it doesn't do that because handling is too sticky, too sludgy. Getting around corners feels a bit of a chore. You turn on all the assists and it's too much of an assist. You turn off all the assists, it's still very easy. It doesn't feel quite right. And in the same way, a lot of mobile games kind of obviously based on something bigger and better, this feels so much worse because it's now on a platform where I'm holding a controller, it's on a platform where I'm sitting there kind of just expecting a little bit more. Now, all credit to the developers and the publisher Microids, rushing this out the door when they did. They have zero competition on the Switch. There is nothing else offering competition in terms of a semi or even outlandishly unrealistic racing experience. It's the only thing where you are driving a car on the Nintendo Switch that isn't Mario Kart. And Mario Kart, for all its positives, is not going to scratch the same itch as someone who wants to upgrade the muffler on a Mazda or whatever. It's a captive market, and I think they've done very, very well at kind of slipping out when they have, in that without having to do very much work, it's probably going to sell at least a few copies. And the fact that it was already kind of available in basically the same form on mobile, just having to have the microtransactions stripped out, it's ready to go. It's a home run for Microids. And, you know, I can't really begrudge the developer making a bit of money, because I think it's Evolution Studios did Test Drive Unlimited, Test Drive Unlimited 2. You know, they were good games, and I would hope that by making some money back from a project like this, they can pump it back into a racing game that shows that pedigree again. I think some of Evolution moved on to work onto the Ubisoft team who did The Crew, which again was a decent racing game. And it would be nice if some of the others who were still there could kind of find their feet and make something decent as well. Gear.Club Unlimited is an alright game, but unfortunately it's an alright game that is not worth £30 to £40.